Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer on the science behind Moringa oleifera. You've probably seen it popping up in health food stores or trendy smoothie shops lately, but this highly resilient plant is way more than just a passing wellness trend. For centuries, it's actually been an absolute staple in traditional medicine, earning the pretty heavy title of the miracle tree. So today, we're going to look at exactly why this plant is taking the modern wellness world by storm. I want you to think for a second. What leafy green actually outperforms spinach at its own game, right? We constantly hear about spinach being the ultimate, undeniable superfood. Well, the answer is Moringa, and we're going to explore how this remarkable tree manages to pack such an incredible punch. And don't worry, we're doing this without getting bogged down in dense academic jargon. Just pure, fascinating science explained simply. We are looking at a true nutritional powerhouse here. Moringa leaves literally contain over 90 different plant-based nutrients. It's wild. Almost every single part of this plant, from its roots right up to its leaves, is packed with health-boosting properties. But the leaves are where the magic really happens. They're usually dried and crushed into this vibrant green powder, and they are especially dense with everything your body needs to thrive and really defend itself. And here's where it gets really special. Most leafy greens, like kale or spinach, obviously they're great for you, but they lack complete proteins. Moringa is a rare exception in the plant world. It actually provides all 9 essential amino acids. Think of these as the absolutely crucial building blocks of protein that our bodies simply cannot make on their own. Finding all 9 of these together in a leafy plant is incredibly rare. It actually rivals the high-quality protein you typically only expect to find in things like milk and eggs. So what does this actually mean for you practically? Well, think about your everyday routine. Just adding a scoop of dried moringa powder to your morning smoothie directly delivers these high-quality protein building blocks to help repair your body's tissue. And while that's happening, you're also getting a huge rush of vitamin C for really robust immune support, omega-3 fats to keep your heart healthy, and dietary fiber to keep your digestion running smoothly. It's just an incredibly simple, practical habit that gives your entire immune system a major daily boost. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is when we compare spinach directly with moringa. We've all been told our whole lives that spinach is the absolute king of iron and calcium, right? But here is the dirty little secret of the nutrition world. Just because a nutrient is listed on a nutrition label, it absolutely does not mean your body can actually use it. This brings us to a really critical concept called bioavailability. In simple terms, this just means how much of a nutrient your body can actually unlock, absorb, and use. Think of it this way. Having nutrients locked inside a plant is kind of like having money locked inside a safe. If you don't have the key, well, you can't spend it. And this is exactly where spinach struggles, and honestly, where moringa completely shines. See, spinach is famously packed with high levels of compounds called oxalates. Think of oxalates as tiny little nutrient blockers. They bind tightly to the calcium and iron in the spinach, creating these tight complexes that your body simply cannot absorb. So you end up just flushing most of those good minerals right down the drain. Moringa, on the other hand, naturally contains very, very low levels of these blocking oxalates. So the crucial point is 19. Because moringa lacks those pesky oxalates blocking the way, studies show that the calcium your body can actually absorb from it is up to 19 times higher than from spinach. 19 times. That is a massive, eye-opening difference in how your body actually gets nourished by what you're eating. And this brilliantly illustrates how moringa handles iron absorption too. Not only does it have great plant-based iron, but moringa pairs it with incredibly high levels of vitamin C. Remember our safe analogy from earlier? Well, vitamin C acts perfectly like the key to that safe. It literally unlocks the iron so your intestines can easily absorb it directly into your bloodstream. It's basically nature's perfect pairing.
Section 1. Defending the body, immune health, and cellular defense.
Okay, so we've looked at the big macroscopic picture of the plant, but let's zoom in now. We're moving down into the cellular level to explore how moringa acts as a fierce defender for your body, particularly when it comes to immune health and fighting chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes. Deep inside your cells, you have these master control switches that manage inflammation and stress. Moringa contains these highly unique compounds called isothiocyanidins that interact with these switches in 2 amazing ways. First, they hit the brakes on inflammation by literally blocking a pathway that acts like a factory for inflammatory chemicals. Second, they boost your natural defenses by telling your DNA to produce powerful antioxidant enzymes. These enzymes act like a microscopic cleanup crew, constantly neutralizing harmful molecules before they damage your cells. In human trials, patients with high chronic inflammation who took Moringa saw significant improvements, proving it really tackles the root cause rather than just masking symptoms. To get these incredible defensive benefits, you really want to make it a practical part of your day. As we touched on earlier, mixing dried Moringa powder into your morning smoothies is excellent, but you can also easily sprinkle it into your daily recipes, like soups or sauces, or simply take it as a concentrated capsule supplement. Incorporating these simple habits into your routine delivers a direct hit of those powerful antioxidants to your cells, providing deep, long-term support for your overall immune health.
Section 2. Smart and safe usage.
Now, as with any powerful tool, we need to talk about medical cautions. Because Moringa leaves are highly potent, especially when used medicinally as concentrated powders or extracts. It's absolutely vital to be aware of how it interacts with certain medications before you go scooping it into every single meal. For instance, with statins, sedatives, or antifungals, Moringa can actually change how your liver processes these drugs, altering their effects. So you must consult your doctor. If you take thyroid medication, Moringa can block its absorption. The simple, practical fix there is just to take them at least 4 hours apart. Finally, because Moringa naturally and powerfully lowers blood sugar, combining it with diabetes drugs could cause your levels to drop way too low, requiring really close monitoring. Always check with a healthcare professional first.
Section 3. The ultimate survivor, global impact. Let's move to and see how this builds into an even bigger picture.
Zooming back out from our microscopic cells to the global stage, Moringa is truly the ultimate survivor. This incredibly drought-resistant tree grows rapidly in poor sandy soils where almost all other crops simply wither and die. It requires practically no water or fertilizer to thrive. Because of this extreme resilience, humanitarian organizations are deploying Moringa on the absolute front lines to fight global malnutrition. From refugee camps to completely drought-stricken regions, local farmers can easily cultivate it. The leaves are dried, ground into a completely shelf-stable powder, and then added directly to community feeding programs. This brilliantly provides a life-saving source of complete protein, iron, and essential vitamins for the world's most vulnerable populations. So, it's very easy to see why Moringa truly earns its title as the Tree of Life. The core takeaway from all of this science is that Moringa oleifera is not just a passing wellness trend. It's a scientifically backed nutritional powerhouse that works absolute wonders for your microscopic cellular health while simultaneously serving as a highly sustainable, real-world solution for global food security.
Which brings us to our final thought. If a single scoop of this green powder can combat cellular inflammation in your body and simultaneously help fight global malnutrition across the world, how will you use the Tree of Life today? It's pretty amazing to think that your own morning wellness routine connects you directly to such a massive global solution. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time as we uncover more fascinating science together.